Good Sunday morning, everyone. Taking a live look outside. We've got the blue skies and the sun out today and a beautiful day for your Easter Sunday. So that is some very welcome news. Good morning. I'm Anusha Roy with Mark Salinger.
A beautiful view over Golden, Colorado there on this Easter Sunday. Want to bring in meteorologist Chris Bianchi right now as
Whoa!
Hey, here we
gotcha.
are. Zoom right into Chris Bianchi. Chris, it is going to be a beautiful morning, though.
It is going to be a beautiful morning, and we're looking at a very, very nice Easter day ahead for us. With a little bit of rain, perhaps slipping into snow later on this afternoon and early this evening. Got the giggles for today, but temperatures. Temperatures for today, we'll get up near 70 degrees for us here in Denver. Hey, I don't have to tell you, Easter Sunday, that could be a real grab bag of weather. So when we're talking about a high in the upper 60s for us, we are thrilled about that. Fire danger high is south and east. We do get a cold front that moves through later on today, could lead to a mix of rain, flipping the snow for tomorrow. But for today, I think we're mainly okay. We're up near 70. It's a bit breezy. Just careful with anything with a spark outdoors. We do have a red flag warning for most of southeastern Colorado. Highs in the 60s, 70s, eastern plains. For context, it's about 5 to 10 degrees above our seasonal average of around 60 for us in Denver. As usual, colder for us in the high country. Fire weather warning for the southeastern plains, red flag warning, same thing. I just prefer the term fire weather warning. I think that communicates it a little bit better. Gusts up to about 50 miles an hour. It is very dry out there. Dry plus windy equals, unfortunately, that higher fire danger, and we do have that for today. Good news is those winds will relax considerably for tonight. HC Doppler radar showing us some of the snow showers for us here into the high country along the I-70 corridor. That said, if you're driving to the mountains, this might look ominous. I've been looking at the webcams there. Vail Pass, the Eisenhower Johnson tunnels, those roads are just wet. So Vail Pass, Eisenhower Johnson tunnels, you're just looking at wet roadways. Keep it a little slow as usual, just in case, again, some of those slicker spots develop, especially bridges and overpasses. But I think you're all right to go through the mountains for today. That said, you might notice that there in the Wasatch and through the Sierra Nevada, that's some of that heavier snow that's going to move its way on through later on today. So this afternoon, that drive to or from the mountains will be rougher than it will be this morning. So today, again, through the day, you're probably all right getting through the mountains. Then tonight, we see some of that heavier snow move through. Denver area, we're dry through the day, watching for maybe a rain shower after about 6 o'clock or so. Could it get a clap of thunder in a few spots, especially north of town later on this evening. Then we flip to snow for tomorrow. Then we're warmer for next week. But I'll have details on that snow for tomorrow because it's probably going to snow maybe even a few inches in a few spots for us in the metro area for tomorrow night. I'll have details on that coming up in my full forecast.
New overnight, police in Denver are investigating a shooting in the Whittier neighborhood. One man died at the hospital. No word on a potential suspect. Still working to find out more information about what led up to the shooting. Anyone with more information is asked to call Crime Stoppers.
Right now, one kayaker is in the hospital and search and rescue is looking for a second person at the Chatfield Reservoir. South Metro firefighters say one person was able to swim to the shore and that multiple agencies were using underwater drones, boats, and drones in the air to try and find that second person. South Metro had to clear the scene around 10:30 last night, said they will be picking their search back up at daylight.
Want to give you an update on the breaking news that we were following yesterday morning. This morning, we are learning a 15-year-old girl died following a rollover crash on I-225 yesterday. Aurora police say she was one of 5 teens in a stolen car who were thrown from that car in the middle of a crash. Police say the teens were heading north on the highway near Alameda when they lost control of that stolen car, nearly rolling into oncoming traffic. You can see the car there on your screen. 4 were taken to the hospital. A 5th was released to their family on scene. The highway was closed for several hours yesterday. Police have not yet said where that car was stolen from.
Normally, thousands of cars travel this every day and never have any problems with it. If there are crashes, they're usually minor fender benders just due to normal rush hour and congestion. But when it is something like this, a possible rollover, usually speed is a factor.
Aurora police are still investigating. They have not identified that teenager who died. Now, yesterday morning's crash on I-225 happened just feet away from a memorial honoring victims of a different car crash. That one took 5 lives last summer.
The electric vehicle that exploded in Boulder this weekend is highlighting the changing world of firefighting. Boulder fire crews responded to a home on Emerald Road and then found the EV smoking in the garage and then said that it exploded. Everyone was safely evacuating. Here's the thing, putting out EV fires like this is not like others. It's why fire agencies are now training, including South Metro. They had previously told us that firefighters can usually put out similar fires with about 500 gallons of water. But with this kind of fire, it doesn't work because it that actually adds to the toxicity of the fire from that smoke. So now they're trying out and using single-use fire blankets. Also, these fires are burning hotter. While EV fires are not as common, South Metro said that they're also seeing problems with cheap-end scooters and cars with aftermarket batteries. Now, of course, all of this training is coming as the state is also pushing for more EVs on the road here, of course, because of the environmental benefits and the goals for cleaner transportation. The governor is hoping for nearly 1 million EV cars, buses, and trucks in our state by 2030.
New this morning, 2 people have died in a plane crash in California after flying from Colorado yesterday. Flight data shows the small plane took off from Centennial Airport on Saturday afternoon before it crashed near the airport in Truckee, California. The airport there says the plane was trying to land around 6:30 yesterday when it crashed. While we do know that 2 people died, investigators are still working to confirm how many people were on board. We don't yet know if those people were from Colorado or where they were going exactly. The NTSB and FAA are now investigating.
Right now, even though the largest crane on the East Coast has arrived in Baltimore to help with the cleanup after that massive bridge collapse, the commanding general of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers says it could take days of analysis before the first pieces of wreckage can be removed.
We have several more days of math and analysis to do on all of those bridge members and on the vessel before we start rigging that steel and start to cutting that steel. So that's probably several days away.
More heavy equipment is expected to arrive at that scene in the coming weeks. Officials say recovering the bodies of the 4 remaining victims is a top priority.
Moving to some financial headlines now. Inflation ticked up last month, reversing recent progress. The Federal Reserve's preferred gauge was up to 2.5% for 12 months that ended in February. That's a faster pace than January's 2.4% increase. The Fed has been working to get inflation down to their goal of about 2%.
Easter is filled with Easter egg hunts, of course, and our team has created a full list of Easter events happening all across the state. You can find that list on our free 9 News app or at 9news.com.